Hi, it's Taylor from Kevin and Taylor in the Morning on 104.7 The Fish in Atlanta, and you're watching GoTarryn TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Tarryn, the traveling trainer here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's episode 482, and we're in for a real treat today because for the very first time, side by side, as you can see, we're welcoming also from here in Atlanta, Georgia, and of course 104.7 FM The Fish. From Kevin and the Taylor in the Morning, we have Taylor with us. Taylor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Tarryn, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Me too. I was very excited when I finally had the opportunity to invite you on here and get you on the show because, again, you know, this is going to be great. There's so much I have to ask of you. And first of all, thanks for the opportunity. It's great to have you here. And for the folks watching, I know that we mutually share the same gym that we work out at, the Family Life Center here in Buckhead, so we got to plug that. And so, Taylor, if you don't mind, since this is the first time you're on here on GoTarryn TV, could you please tell the folks out there maybe your story, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and where you grew up, and what you're doing here in Atlanta, please?
Sure, definitely. First of all, I've got to tell everybody I see Tarryn working his clients out at Second Ponce, and man, he is such a great trainer.
Oh,
He's
thank you.
Kind, and no matter what your age is, from the youngest client to the oldest client, and it's just really fun to see you at work every day.
Oh, thank you.
But
You're too kind.
But
I appreciate that.
I actually grew up in South Florida, Jupiter, if you can believe it.
Very okay.
And I, after I went to college and my husband went to law school, we actually ended up in Florida for a little while until we started the Fish. That was in the year 2000, if you can believe it. It's been that long since 104.7 The Fish signed on the air.
Wow, that's amazing.
And my husband was nice enough to, he pretty much moved his job. He's a fee-only certified financial planner, and he moved his job from West Palm Beach, Florida, here to Atlanta so that I could take the job at the Fish.
Oh, how cool. And we've got to give him a shout out if he's watching. Is it Glenn? Is that right?
My husband, Glenn. Hi, Glenn.
Very cool. That's an amazing story. And so you grew up down there and you came up here in 2000, started the radio. So what was it called, 104.7 FM The Fish? That was the initial name of it?
It was launched as the Fish.
Wow.
And it was a neat opportunity because we had the chance to, the way we would describe it is we would do great radio and be an excellent radio station that just happens to play Christian music.
Cool.
And for a morning show to be on the air in Atlanta for that many years, that's a big deal.
That's awesome. No, that is
really blessed.
That's tremendous. And I got to say this, too. Every time I'm driving down the interstate, and most people could probably agree, I'll see the big billboard, too, you know, Kevin and Taylor in the Morning. So that's just tremendous. So 16 years plus being able to do this and be doing it successfully, I commend you. That is just amazing.
Thank you. Well, thank you. And it's funny because working at the Fish has actually been a big part of my fitness journey because when we first signed on the radio, yes, Kevin and Taylor in the Morning, I was behind the scenes for the promotions director, and Kevin was the program director. So we wore two hats, me for about 7 years and him for about 8 years. And let's just say, Tarryn, I did not find much time for exercise. And I slowly packed on the pounds, and I didn't even really notice that it was happening. It's one of those things. I saw a picture of myself from an Amy Grant concert and went, who is that? Oh my gosh, what happened? And that was kind of a wake-up call for me. And I started changing the way I eat and making sure I get exercise every day. And what really was kind of the catalyst that really changed me was, I don't know if you remember the Atlanta Thrashers. We
Sure.
had a hockey team here in Atlanta, and the strength and conditioning coach was a big fan of the Fish. And he offered to work me and Kevin out one time at Ponce at Family Life Center. And he taught me, I was doing cardio a couple days a week and weight training a couple days a week. And he said, if you want to get your weight under control, you got to do the cardio every day. And I was like, what? And sure enough, that really finally I mean, it took me forever. It took me I used to weigh about 25 pounds more than I do
No
now,
kidding.
which
Wow.
you're only 5'4".
Wow.
And it took me 2 years at least to get the weight off. And I used to encourage myself, like, at least you're not gaining, at least you're not gaining, because it was such a slow process.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I think that gaining that muscle tone and doing that cardio, because they say, you tell me because you're the trainer, but they say muscle tends to rev your metabolism when you
Certainly.
build muscle.
Mhm.
And that with
Absolutely.
combined with healthy eating habits, and I was like, okay, finally, things are under control. So it
That is
was, and we had a relationship with Family Life Center in Second Ponce, and they offered us discounted memberships as a radio station, and that helped me too because you guys are right down the street from us, and I was able to go work out right after work.
Yeah, absolutely. How long ago roughly was that when you joined the gym, by the way? Do you know about how long you've been there
I
since?
think it's been at least probably 8 or 9 years.
Oh, okay. So we've been there almost the same amount of time then. Okay, cool. Because you're right, it's convenient, and a lot of people. I'm not trying to plug or the gym at all, but a lot of people don't understand. It's a real hidden gem. No pun intended. And
It is.
it's almost like you got the whole place to yourself sometimes when you come in, and how empty it is.
Oh, and thanks to you and the other trainers that work there, there's been a lot of really neat changes. Like there's a functional fitness
Yeah,
room
yeah.
where for people like me who like the physio balls and some of the weight machines and having a jump rope handy, it's all right there for
Yeah.
you. And that's a really cool room. And I know all the trainers helped design it. So
It's nice, and the staff's great. Great management. Since I've been there, I've just enjoyed that place. Like you said, wonderful trainers as well. Again, it's just a great alternative for anybody who hasn't discovered the place. But you are right. You are right down the street, and literally, I don't know. You probably remember. I think you were there when I came through, and you probably remember I was coming through with Faith from the Softest Voice. Gave me a tour of the radio station of where
yeah.
you're at. And this is probably about a couple of years ago, I think. But I didn't realize how close your studio is to me because literally where I'm at of right now, I'm right adjacent down where you guys are at. Do you know where the Habersham condominium is by chance?
Yeah.
Like right there at Far Court. That's right where I'm at right now. That's where my office is. So literally, I could have met you for this interview. We could have done it in person too. So,
Well,
but
and who is, since we did plug it, who's interested in the Family Life Center at Second Ponce Baptist, it's right there at, we call it Jesus Junction. We're all at the
yep.
corner of Wesley and Peachtree in Buckhead. And one of the keys for me for a healthy living has been, I don't know if it's a woman thing, but Tarryn, I have to get my workout in
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
show up at home. Because once I get home, it's like throwing a load of laundry,
Yeah.
straighten up the kitchen. Oh, I got to start dinner. And
hmm
you can easily go, I don't have time to work out now. It's too late.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. It's very easy to do that, especially for, like yourself coming in the afternoon. I'll say this as a personal testimonial, and I'm not just saying this because I'm interviewing you, but seriously, I mean, you are one of the most best shaped person that I've seen with your workouts that you do. Honestly, you do a lot of different high intensity exercises, and a lot of my clients when I'm walking through and they're watching you do all that, they're always saying, "Oh my God, just watching her makes me really tired. I hope you don't have me doing what she's doing." And they say that all the time, and it's amazing because that leads me into my next question for you. So sometimes, Taylor, I've observed you'll have a magazine and you'll be mimicking some of the. So you look like you're real big on reading and being educated on what the latest, I guess, modern contemporary workouts are. Because I see you doing a lot of stuff that I'll be honest, I'll go ahead and admit I don't think I could probably do if I tried it, unless I want to suffer a broken injury or something like that. But tell the people out there, please, like, can you tell them and share what do you like to do in your workouts and what gets you going? Because it looks like you're always doing something different.
Yeah, and it's funny, that's kind of been the key for me. I think what really clicked in my mind years ago was there was a gentleman who was on our show who called himself the world's fittest man. And he said a phrase that just stuck with me, and he said, "You have to view your workout time as playtime." And I was like, "What? I don't, but really was the key." And so what I do is there's a combination, like you see the gym part, which I'll tell you about in a second,
Yeah.
but I also do to get my cardio in. I always make sure it's something fun. And so like I
Okay.
discovered trail running,
hmm
not road running, but trail running and running in the woods and seeing the geese and the ducks. And today a white-tailed deer ran in front of me.
Oh, how cool! Wow.
It's it's become for me almost like a combination of church, yoga, prayer time, and exercise. Like you come out of it so refreshed, and you make sure you don't answer your phone, put it on silent, and just enjoy it. And so between trail running and then my husband got me into mountain biking, and I
Cool.
also do some road cycling. So I have really fun ways to get my cardio in. And then when you see me at the gym, I think one thing that really got me on the track of like, okay, I can get my fitness level back to where it needs to be is I like to make sure I'm burning calories on the days that I'm weightlifting. So you might see me do a couple of sets of like maybe a
Hmm.
push-ups with my feet up on a physio ball,
Hmm.
because then you're just working all this core area, your back, your torso.
Certainly.
But then in between, I might make myself do some jump ropes
Hmm.
because I want to keep that heart rate going and I want to keep burning calories because I love to eat.
Hmm.
But yeah, magazines have helped, reading articles. One of the latest things I've added, Taryn, that I bet you a lot of your clients do is, you know, as you go on this fitness journey, it becomes like I'm one of those people that has a very slow metabolism.
Hmm.
It's just my genetics. It
Hmm.
runs in my family. And so even though I get up at 3:20 to do the show, to get up and get ready for the show,
Wow.
the latest thing, and this is just knock on wood that I keep consistent on this, but I just started. I'll just get on YouTube and I'll Google 10-minute hit workout, and I'll just for 10 minutes really fast before I've got to get in the shower and get ready for the day. I just try to get that blood flowing and get that metabolism going because
Hmm.
I've read that you then, rev that metabolism for the rest of the day. Now that doesn't count as my workout. It's
Hmm.
not enough I like to eat too much to only work out. But I think it's something that people might want to look into as they get a little bit older. And it sounds horrible. It sounds like, what? But really that 10 minutes just flies by. It really,
Wow.
and you really do feel energized when you start your day.
That's awesome. That is really really cool. And upon my research on you, Taylor, too, that's what I was going to ask you about. You know, you've correct me if I'm wrong, please, but have you run? Is it correct? Two half marathons and two full marathons?
I think that's about right. It's definitely two full and two or three half, but that's it. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, that's in total four or five more than I've done. So again, I got to say that's impressive. Where were the two full marathons at?
Both of those were, I think the first time I did it, it was called the ING, and then they changed it to the Publix Marathon in downtown Atlanta.
Cool. Okay.
And I think it's the Rock and Roll Marathon was half marathon was my most recent. And that was an interesting half for me because I had a personal record. And I
Wow.
think one of the things that led to that is, believe it or not, I did speed training for the first time in my life. I'd
Oh.
never done that before.
Hmm.
And then where you do intervals like, okay, I'm going to run really fast to that tree, and then I'm going to run normal, and then run really fast for people who don't know what intervals are.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
um, and I actually trained completely trail running,
My
even though I was
God.
for a road race.
Hmm.
Kevin and I were getting a little help from a runner named Andrew Lemoncello via email. And I asked him real tentatively, like, oh, can I train on the trails? And I thought he was going to go, nope, training for a road run, you got to run on the road. And he went, that would be great. It'll save your joints. And sure enough,
Ah, nice.
not
Hmm.
only did I save all my, knees and joints, but you're doing all that hill training.
Hmm.
And any half or full that you run in the city of Atlanta, people know who live here, you're going to have hills.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
that way it
Hmm.
doesn't catch you off guard on that
Hmm.
run day.
I like that. Let me ask you a question about the trail running. Have you guys gone down to Peachtree City by chance? Are you familiar with that area?
I am. I've been down there, but I've never done trail running in Peachtree.
I think you'd like it. They have 90 miles of trails down in Peachtree City.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, when you and Glenn get an opportunity, check that out sometime. Take the bikes down there because it's
Yeah,
awesome. It's my
that,
favorite place to go to personally.
that's awesome. And
Hmm.
one thing that people may not realize too, if you don't, I'm definitely going to do that next chance I can on a
Hmm.
week. But if you don't have that kind of time during the week, our Chattahoochee River trail systems here in Atlanta are just a treasure.
Good point. Yeah.
Soap Creek and East Palisades and
There you
Case
go.
And then one of my all-time favorite trail running parks is Sweetwater Creek State Park
Mm-hmm.
in Springs. It's just out I-20, and it is so pretty there. It's just breathtaking.
Okay, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, good points there. Yeah, absolutely. For anybody watching, that gives them a great opportunity. And how about let me ask you this: so with the trail running, the mountain biking, and the hiking, and getting out there, that doesn't leave you a lot of time for shopping, does it? Like, do you like to clothes shop at all?
It's so funny. I'm such a tomboy through and through. I am not a big shopper. If I can go with my sister Rhoda, I do have a little fun because we help, try things on and look at each other and is this gonna work? And we each other. But no, I'm kind of run into TJ Maxx and see if there's anything new on the rack, and that's about it. I just shopper.
I saw that in your bio that you did quote you're a tomboy and it doesn't leave you much time for Actually, I think you said you hate shopping. So
it's just especially it's so funny if it's a pretty day.
Yeah.
And scheduled with someone to go shopping, where I'm just kind of like.
Well, that's. I could totally relate to you on that. I'm right there with you. Let me ask you this too, Taylor. So let's transition now and talk about the radio station. I think you're wearing the logo and the shirt. Is that right?
Yeah.
All the people out there. There you go. 104.7 The Fish. So anybody out there watching, open up a tab on your browser and check that out and bookmark it. And we're going to get the contact info for The Fish. So let's talk about that. First question I have you on that is one of the things, and this is another quote from your bio on the website, is that you like to hang out with the best listeners in the world every morning. So can you tell us a little bit and elaborate more about that? They listen to you. What is it about the listeners that you love for the 104.7 The Fish?
Yeah, I really, truly believe they are the best listeners in the whole world. And
Cool.
For several reasons. One, they've just created this community, this family here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, we're from all different denominations.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go to church a lot. Some people don't go very often.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That we can all hang out together in the morning and feel like we're part of this big fish family where we do life together.
That's cool.
And we celebrate the joys. Hey, this happened. My son accomplished this, or my daughter graduated from here. And we also hug each other through the bad stuff that
Mm-hmm.
happens in life. That's inevitable. And so whether it's Fish Christmas Wish or doing a fundraiser for Food for the Poor, they are the most generous people in the world. And then they're also the most caring. I mean, and they're fun. They're hilarious. They have the best stories. We love when people call the show. And I just really consider it a privilege. And then one of my favorite things is to get to go out to events and meet our listeners face to face. And it's so neat because there's a bond there. Like, even though we may not have ever seen each other face to face before, we feel like we know each other because of hanging out on the radio.
Very cool. That's great. And what would you say, this is my next question, what do you find most rewarding and valuable of what you do for a living every day?
I would say it sounds simple, but really the pleasure and the fulfillment you get from knowing that you help someone through another day.
That's cool.
Which, I mean, because sometimes life just stinks. And
Yeah.
life is good too. I believe that there's just tough stuff that people go through.
Absolutely.
And whether you can make them laugh
Mm-hmm.
or share that perfect song that speaks to their heart right then, that is just what a gift to be able to get up in the morning and do that every day for a living. And then I'd say the second thing would just be, I really do have a passion for the poor. So when we can do a fundraiser and help people that are hurting, it just, like, I'm on cloud nine. I have no trouble begging for the poor. And our listeners always come through for that, which is really, really cool.
Oh, that's touching. That's awesome. And let me ask you this, Taylor, because this goes back to, I'm talking years ago. I don't think you might remember this, but this is probably closer to 8 years ago or so when I first started working at the Family Life Center. And I had a client, really early client, I think like 4:30 in the morning. And for those people who've seen my car, I was driving, and you can't miss it. And I think that you'd come up to me and you'd said, "Hey, I think I saw you driving around like 4 o'clock in the morning off West Wesley Road." And you
work at the same time.
You do remember that, yeah. So, because I'll never forget. I was like, "Wow, what was she doing up that early?" Because that was before I knew, that you were Taylor from Kevin and Taylor in the Morning. So, Let me ask you, getting up that early, and again, the life of a personal trainer, anybody who's watching gets up really early, I can appreciate it. What motivates you and keeps you going that early? Is it more than just, a cup well, for me, I'll tell you, it's caffeine, it's coffee, but what does it for you? What keeps you going to be able to do it that early in the morning and continue doing it?
One of the keys, of course, is trying to get to bed on time. It's
Yeah.
so hard because you feel like a little kid, like, I don't want to go to bed. But my husband actually kind of is almost like the sleep Nazi in our house. It's like, you got to go to bed. Don't watch that show. Put your phone away. Just get to bed. So I do try to get at least 6 hours, which I know is not enough.
Oh, okay.
So I try to sleep from 9:20 to 3:20. And
Wow.
honestly, Taryn, when that alarm goes off, there are so many more like, what in the world am I thinking that I do? But my feet hit the floor. I really do, I'm motivated by loving my job. And then as far as the tricks, believe it or not, I just became a coffee drinker about 4 years ago.
Wow.
So all
Oh.
those years without coffee, but even now, I'm trying another little trick that you've heard like Food Babe or Dr. Oz talking about, and that is doing a 12-hour fast every night. So in other words,
Oh.
if you finish your last bite of food at 7 p.m.,
Uh-huh.
just don't eat breakfast until 7 a.m. to give your body some time to detox and clean itself out. And so what I do now, it sounds so gross, but it's really not bad.
Mhm.
I drink warm lemon water with a little bit of cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yes, yes,
And it
absolutely.
helps with that cleansing of the liver and the detox. And
Yep.
it does give you a little boost of energy. And then, boy, am I excited for that first cup of coffee. And you can feel it. It like you take that first sip and you're like, there it is. Because I'm trying to do that 12-hour thing. I don't get to have my coffee immediately when I get up, but the lemon water really does help.
I've read that too. You were on it. I got to try that then. I'll be daring and give that a shot. Let me
And
ask. Yeah.
you another little tip,
Mhm.
zest a little bit of the lemon rind into your cup
Okay.
because they say that's where a lot of the cancer fighting qualities are of the lemons
Interesting.
in the
Okay.
rind. So you can try that too.
I like that. That's good. Okay. Seriously am going to try that. I'm going to make a note and seriously am going to try that for sure. That's awesome. Let me ask you a couple other questions here too, Taylor. You're a dog lover, are you not?
Yes.
Eh,
Oh my gosh.
So can you? Yes, and tell us, please. First question: do you have a dog yourself?
Yes, I do. I have one dog right now.
Hmm.
Her name is Alex, and we
Okay.
adopted her from a family. They named her. And believe it or not, she is such a mutt that we did that thing where you swab her cheek and send the saliva in to have her DNA tested.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And she's a Lhasa Apso Akita, miniature poodle, and an unknown breed.
Oh my God.
She's one of a kind. And she actually will jog with me slowly through the neighborhood for about a mile. So she's a little bit of a runner, so that makes it fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we had two dogs for a long time. We had a Scottish Terrier named Jackson, and he battled cancer
Oh.
for a long time. We were able to extend his life. I mean, it's funny. That's how I knew about lemon and cancer is from,
Oh.
believe it or not, trying to holistically heal this little doggy. And
It's
he was
amazing.
given 6 months to live, and he lived 2.5 years after his diagnosis.
Oh wow, that's
Uh,
amazing. Wow,
For a dog, that's a big deal.
that's a
Yeah,
miracle. I mean,
yeah.
seriously. Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing. And I'm really big on the holistic, homeopathic, natural, organic way of living. I think that's a whole nother topic. Next time we do this again, we can go into
Yeah.
that. And yeah, you could tell us a few other questions too. I think that you and we share the same color, do we not? What is your favorite color, if you don't mind me asking?
I really like green.
I don't know. Yeah, I was. Again, I'm learning so much about you. So-
Hands are green. His mouth is green.
Absolutely, yeah, and the crazy green wheels on my car too. So
They're awesome.
that's great. That's great because again, it's awesome to be able to do this and learn so much about you. And again, this is terrific. And also, let me say this too. I made a few notes while we were talking. Ironically, in a couple weeks going down to Jupiter myself because my best friend, one of my best friends growing up, is getting married. He lives down in Tequesta, Florida. I'm sure you know exactly where that's at. And
Too, growing up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So he's right there, and it's funny. We've been really good friends for over 25 years, but we've never met in person. Believe it or not, we met on the internet actually. So
Way. And this is
Yeah.
going to be your first time meeting him?
First time meeting him, and I'm a groomsman in his wedding, so it's kind of crazy. So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you guys you should make the local news for that. That is phenomenal.
It's a weird story. It's pre-internet. I don't know if you remember Prodigy, and of course they had AOL and CompuServe, and So yeah, I had to tell you that. So that's the first time I'll be down in that area, Jupiter, Tequesta, Stewart, and staying down there, and that's gonna be in a couple weeks. And then also, speaking of which, in a couple weeks, I've got to give you a happy early birthday. Isn't your birthday coming up pretty soon?
Yes, it is May 27th, right around Memorial Day every year.
That is Memorial Day weekend. What are you going to be doing for your birthday this year?
Oh my gosh, well, believe it or not, we had a bunch of Sky miles that were going to expire and
Okay.
credit card miles.
Sure.
And we are going, my husband and I are going for the very first time to Norway to see the
Awesome.
fjords. And we're going to do a lot of hiking. And we're so excited. And so I get to be in Norway on my birthday, not at work.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Wow. Well, you got to make sure you take some really good pictures, and that's gonna be tremendous. Because I remember you've done a lot of traveling, especially to Europe. Is that correct? Like I've seen on your bio that you've been all over the
Most
place.
recently, we did Italy and
Yeah.
Switzerland. And it's funny because we love those trips so much.
Hmm.
We almost, we toyed and toyed, like, should we go back? Should we go back? But we decided to make ourselves go somewhere new because, you can only travel so many times in your life. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we're really excited. In fact, there's a slight chance, one of my hobbies that I only get to do once a year usually is cross-country skiing. It is the most fun sport. And because it's so mountainous in Norway, there's a chance there's one spot we might actually get to ski while we're there in
That's
May.
nice. Wow, that's going to be tremendous. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you. How long are you staying there? Are you going to be in Norway for about?
Be there about 10 days.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
tremendous. Wow, I'm
that's
excited.
yeah, we're so psyched.
Oh yeah, you got to take some really good pictures and just have a blast, and that's the way to spend a birthday for sure.
Yeah.
Another question I had for you, Taylor, and who is the world's fittest man? What was his name? The one that you interviewed. Do you remember by chance?
Hey, the cookbook is up in my kitchen, but I will get that name to you because
Please.
yeah, he that really stuck with me. I have his a book, and like he has some neat recipes. Like he took recipes like shepherd's pie and
Cool.
made it healthy by like using sweet potatoes on top instead of the typical white potatoes. And so he's
Okay.
got a few recipes, and he's got that trick of making exercise fun. But I'll make sure I get his name to you for sure.
Yeah, please. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to learn more about him. And Taylor, this 30 minutes has flown by so fast. I can't believe that it's already been a half hour talking to you, and it just went by like that for me. And again, I've
So
really enjoyed this. I can't wait to do this again. Before we let you go, I got a few more questions, if you don't mind. Could you please tell the folks out there how can they find more information about 104.7 FM, website, social media? Can we plug all that, please? And also, how can they contact you directly?
sure, and thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, it's you can go to thefishatlanta.com is our main website, and from there are links to our social media. But on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Kevin and Taylor in the morning, and then I also have a Taylor Scott Facebook page,
Okay.
and then we have a Kevin and Taylor Fish Instagram,
Okay.
and on Twitter you can find us at Kevin and Taylor, and then my handle is at Taylor Scott Bike. BIKE, because I have a road bike and a mountain bike. I decided to put
Oh,
bike in my handle. But I think
okay.
that's it. I've dabbled in Snapchat, but too lazy for it. So
Perfect. Well, we're going to have that up in the screen for all the folks watching, so everybody grab a pen and paper. When we fade to black, you can take all that
pen is
down.
green, y'all, look at the pen. The pen is green.
The pen
Look.
is green, too, yes. Everything's green. Well, Taylor, again, this was wonderful. I can't thank you enough. Again, this was a wonderful chat with you. Let's definitely do this again in the near future, please, and
Okay.
love to talk to you some more. And we could talk some homeopathic remedies and all that good, holistic stuff, too, next time. That'd be
Great.
great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. And you're going to love my hometown of Jupiter, Florida. Have a great time at the wedding.
I'll let you know. Yeah, when you're up in Norway, I'll be down in Jupiter, Florida, and maybe I could send a Skype video or a message and say, "Hey, Taylor, I'm down here and you're up there." So that'll
You
be
see the
fun.
Jupiter Lighthouse while you're there. It's bright red on the water. It's beautiful.
I'll make a note of that for sure. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And I can't wait for you guys to go and enjoy your birthday up there in Norway too. That's going to be a blast. But Taylor, again, just keep it up. You're amazing. I learned so much about you in just a short amount of time. Again, this 30 minutes, seriously, it was the fastest 30 minutes I've ever talked to somebody on one of these interviews. So
I give Tarryn the big thumbs up. I see him working out his clients all the time. So if you all need personal training, you need to check him out.
oh, that's a wonderful endorsement from you. I appreciate that, Taylor. Thank you. But again, enjoy the rest of your day, Taylor. And folks watching, grab your pen and paper, grab your green pen and your paper, and take down Taylor's information as we fade to black right now. Taylor, we'll see you next time.
Take care, Tarryn.
Okay, everybody, there you have it for the very first time here on GoTarryn TV, representing 104.7 FM, The Fish here in the greater Atlanta area. From the Kevin and Taylor in the Morning Show, we had Taylor right here on GoTarryn TV, and it was a lot of cool fun with Taylor there. You saw the contact information for The Fish, and go to the website and definitely check out their social media and follow them. And again, Taylor, if you're watching by chance, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule and coming here on GoTarryn TV. Let's definitely have you back on for yet another show. And after we went off the air as well, Taylor and I were talking about having Kevin come on to GoTarryn TV. So Kevin, if by chance you are watching, this is an open invitation for you, sir. I'd love to interview you in the same format via Skype, or hey, I'd said it on the interview, I'm right down the street from you guys, literally adjacent to your building right there by the Brio. I'm right over the other way on Far Court. I'll walk over and we can do an in-person interview, either whatever's more convenient. My office here, your studio there, or via Skype, and we'll make it work. But again, you guys keep up the great work. Wonderful radio program, and again, what can I say? 16 plus years of the 104.7 FM, the Fish radio station, and just you guys are continuing to amaze and doing great things out here in the greater Atlanta area. So again, awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it, and I really enjoyed it. I hope everybody else out there enjoyed that interview as much as I did. So that'll do it for today's episode. Everyone else out there, please make sure to enjoy the rest of your day this week. Also, please make sure to follow yours truly, Tarryn the Traveling Trainer, by doing the following 3 things: liking GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribing to GoTarryn on YouTube, and following GoTarryn on Twitter. And that way you'll stay connected with Tarryn the Traveling Trainer, the master of the personal training universe, and the guy who wears all the crazy green garb. Yours truly, telling you that with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll see you on the next video blog, everybody. Bye-bye.